the Star of David doing? Are British people, are they Jewish? Are they from Israel? But Britain put this very star there. Where did you find the star? That is a very simple question. Britain, where did you get this Star of David that you put on this Nigerian flag? Mind you that Nigeria contains the south and the north, encompassing the whole of Biafra. Now listen very carefully. It was later changed to St. Edward's Granite with the white word Nigeria under it as a red disc. It was adopted by the colony and protectorate of Nigeria following the amalgamation of the South and the Northern Protectorate. Are you following very carefully? The colonial flag of the zoo was adopted in 1914 following the amalgamation of Southern and Northern Nigeria. It was first suggested by the first Governor General of Nigeria, Sir Frederick Lugard. So Lugard knew where we came from, but they said we have no history. And please, tonight you must pay attention. Listen, open your ears and listen. Write anything that is confusing, you write it down. Go back later on to go and interrogate it. You'll find the answers to it. It was adopted by the colonies. Lugard started the whole thing. They asked Lugard, why did you do this? He said, it's a symbol of the unification of Nigeria because of the seal of Solomon, which was associated with the native Igbo Jews. Lugard said, Igbo Jews, Lugard. Almost say, I pledge to Nigeria, my country. I'm a proud Nigerian. The person that created you a nigger said the reason why I am putting the seal of Solomon or Star of David as they call it on this flag here of British colonial Nigeria is because this particular star, according to a white man before 1914, but unveiled in 1914, when some of you have not been born, some of you, even the Alamajri that impregnated some of you, your mothers during the war, have not been born by then. The Fulef. Are you listening very carefully? I want to open your skull so you can reason. Because when it comes to education and research, I don't think that apart from Princeton Library in the USA, I don't think anybody can compete with us. To be honest with you, I don't think they can. I'm not being arrogant. I don't think you can. Some of you are not educated enough to stand and to debate. You're not learned. And we're not learned. How can you reason properly? I hope you're following. Ask yourself this question. Why would a white man who is not Jewish, a white man who is not circumcised, what is he doing with the Star of David? And some of you are so foolish. You don't know that this very Igbo Jewish Star of David on the flag was done in 1914. Israel only adopted this Star of David in 1948. Are some of you brainy? 1914, 1948, which one is older? Who is copying who? I don't know if their brains are now beginning to open up a little bit. Who is copying who, I ask you? 1914, a white man, Britain of all people, that hates the people of the book so much, their job is to stop. I have proven it to you now that the job of Britain is to stop the light of God from shining on this very earth. The same thing they did. Ask Britain, did you go to Israel to stop Israel from emerging or not? Britain, who had the Palestine mandate after the Second World War? Britain, did you vote for Israel to stand or not? The answer is no. Britain, was it not British officer class that fought on the side of Jordan to decimate and destroy Israel? In 1948, did it work? 1967, they came again. The Yom Kippur. Have you forgotten? No, we don't forget, because our library is always open. And this night, we are educating people. Education. Because people are daft. And the reason why I spend time is because I don't want our people to be like zoo animals, Nigerians, who don't reason, people who cannot reason. It doesn't matter how opposed I am to an idea. This is one thing about black people. I may be opposed ideologically to an idea, but once you begin to lecture me and tutor me and I see sense in what you're saying, I follow you. The thing about black people is, oh, I don't want to sound as if I've considered, so because I'm going to keep arguing blindly. That's why people fight in beer parlor. You don't know that. Now listen again, very carefully. I hasten to add, very carefully. It was a white man, the white man that created the zoo that some of you are dying for today, Frederick Lugard. Then he was not a lord, he was a Sir Frederick Lugard. He said, this is the seal of Solomon. Why did you put the Star of David on the British flag of Nigeria? Because it is associated with the native Igbo Jews. Before you were born, before your parents were born, before their own parents were born, these things were there. This star was there. Before Israel was created, this star was there. So when you come out and you talk rubbish, we are copying Israel. But you are a fool because you have no brain. Ours was in 1914. Israel was instituted again through the grace of God in 1948. 1914, of course, some of you are very daft. 1914, 1948. Which one is older? Is it not 1914? What happened in 1914? Lugard set up a flag. They asked him, why did you put a Star of David there? He said, because it is associated with Igbos, because they are Jews. But the same Britain wrote later on, you have no culture. These are people that built pyramids. People that started writing Ejagam in Sibidi before Britain knew what farming was. Are you following? School. You think that going to school and having a certificate means you have common sense? Is that what some of you think? Because you can, maybe some of you read James Hadley Chase or you read some Robert Ludlum, novels, and you grew up maybe to stitch one or two sentences together. Because of that, you see yourself as an intellectual. You're a born fool. You know nothing. If you think that talking all this rubbish will make us to run away from our heritage, God will punish all of you. You want to infect us with your useless, zoo ignorance. It can never work. Mad, daft people everywhere. Now listen very carefully. The Star of David had already been in use in Nigeria during the British rule because of the Igbo Jews who were featured on the coins of the British West Africa pound. This was confirmed in 1917. 1970 was confirmed. The discovery of a bronze Star of David in Aguleri in 1917. 1917, and Israel was in 1948. The seal was uncovered in Aguleri in 1917. You want me to? That was how Janjaweed made you useless. Today all you do is open shop, you sell spare parts, you do chemistry, all that rubbish. You are inventors, you're creators. You are manufacturers, you are not retailers. Because of the nonsense, Igbos, they trade everywhere. You accepted that garbage. When you are manufacturers and inventors, Dara, you answer whatever name they give to you, not here. This is IPOB. We are Radio Biafra. We don't assume any identity from any idiot. We dig and we dig and we dig, and we uncover who we are. Then we unleash it on the whole world. Dara, lunatics everywhere. 1917 Aguleri. The crest on the flag was also used on the flag of the Governor General of the Zoo. They were so enchanted with it. What are Igbo people doing with Star of David or Seal of Solomon? What for? What for? That was when Satan gave them message, destroy them, destroy them, destroy them. And they are still doing it till today. But you have no brain. That is why you know nothing. Your brains are empty. Who built the pyramids of Egypt? Your ancestors did. After building it, they came back. When they migrated and they came into our land, they did not just stop there. They went to Udi and built the same pyramid. They built the same thing. Oh my goodness. The flag was not accepted. Why was it not accepted? The same thing. That is, anybody who rejects this flag, who rejects this star on our flag, tonight I'm going to prove to you that they have Fulani blood in them. That is Fulani blood in them. I'm going to prove it tonight. Anybody, once you see that flag, you see the star, and something tells you, oh, reject it, believe you me, there is Fulani blood in your family. Go and investigate it. I want to prove it to you. Why am I saying what I'm saying? Because when this flag was floated, the same thing some of you are doing today, the same thing some of you Fulani descendants with Igbo names are doing today and Biafran names, the same rubbish some of you exhibited yesterday and today. You'll be shocked. Fulani did the same thing when this flag was launched. Some native Nigerians, even including Fela and Nicola Kokuti, refused to salute the flag despite it being mandated in schools. In 1956, some Nigerian Muslims, that is to tell you that anybody against this flag, or there is Islamic blood in your family. In 1956, some Nigerian Muslims burnt the Nigerian blue ensign at Mecca in Saudi Arabia because of the Jewish Star of David on it. Does that sound familiar? The same thing that some of you are doing. You see something you reject. It is that Satan in you. Once you see that star, the devil in you begins to unravel. The Satan in you begins to rise up to reject something you don't even know. Instead of you to say, oh, please teach me. I don't know. Why is it there? Say, oh, I reject it. It is the new Israel was founded in 1948. Our star was recognized in 1914, 1917. Which one is older? Who copied from who? The black people who cannot this UG. Muslims burnt this flag in Mecca because of our star in it. They didn't give a damn. They just saw it as the Star of David. They said, no, we reject it. It is Jewish. We are going to... No, they burnt the flag. You had intellectuals then, Nnamdi Azikiwe, all the big brains you had fighting. That is the thing. I want you people to understand that what has happened in the past is now happening again. The same stupidity and idiocy of Azikiwe, the same foolishness. When they burnt this flag in 1959, do you know that Azikiwe never complained? He never said, you must add it, is my symbol, you must add it. The same thing some of you are doing today. Oh, remove it, it doesn't matter. The same, and Azikiwe, in fact, I'm sure the father is from Zungeru. He doesn't have pure Igbo blood in him. And I will use Igbo. Every time it's like an Igbo thing. They always say Igbo. Tonight again, I'm going to prove it to you. All of us are Igbo. Everybody. From Igodomigoro to Bakassi to Ambazonia, Igbo, IGBO. If you don't like it, go and drink poison. If you don't like it, go and hang yourselves. Your ignorance is why you are in the state you're in today. And I am not sitting down here to tolerate or condone your ignorance. I cannot. Other people may to sound politically correct. I don't believe in your useless political correctness. It is garbage to me. I'll prove it to you again tonight. If you're against this flag, it means you have Fulani blood in you. Look at the flag, very clear. So you think that Britain can just come and put star just from nowhere? Just this is a Nigerian flag, just a star. Is that what you think? Is that what you think? I'm asking you. So Britain will just wake up and you think Britain? You think white people are as useless as black people in Africa? You just see something, you just add without meaning. Britain came, did their research. They said this flag is to unify everybody. And that unification meant that is very unique. unique to the people that they refer to as an intelligent race. The Igbo people, intelligent. That's what Britain said. And added this seal. Britain was confused. They said, oh my goodness, does it mean that these people are actually Jews? Okay, anyway, since they are, let's brush them off. Let's not recognize them. And some of you, your fathers and your grandfathers grew up in that ignorance till today. Do you know I stay in Israel most of the time? Do you know in Israel they do sacrifice of chicken or cocoa? Are you aware of that? Do you know that? Do you know that when, in fact, Darlington and Somto, look for that very video of when the Onowu of Owerri, the Prime Minister of Owerri, I went to his house. Before I entered his gate, he brought out a live chicken. Used it to bless me. He was libating and chanting, praying with a live chicken. Some of you will say it's fetish. He says, but the people that documented the Torah and gave it to us, that's what they do. Do you know that in Israel, they go into the bush? Do you know in Israel, they will go into the bush, they will go to a tree and they'll be talking and praying? Are you aware of that? I didn't want to tell you that before. I saw it with my 2 eyes. They're going to the bush to go and pray. The same thing our ancestors were doing. Going into the bush and going under a tree and doing something. The same chicken, you see, chicken or cocoa, to slaughter or cocoa, to slaughter and spread the blood everywhere. I saw it happening in Israel today. You see what ignorance does to people? Once you close your mind, ignorance builds a cage around you. Now listen very carefully to this, to what I have to tell you. The reason why the star is there is because that star is indigenous to Nigeria. When the British came, the British marched the north and the south and they said, let's build something from the south. And you people should be very proud. That star is the only thing that is indigenous on the British flag until 1959. The only thing that's indigenous is our star from our land. Telling you once again that we are ancient people, that we own the land that we inhabit. No other one. You cannot see the horns of Alamajiri cattle. It's not there. Nothing else is there. There is no bronze works. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing is there. The only thing the British recognized was a star taken from Igbo land. Nothing else from anybody else. Does that tell you something? Does that tell you anything at all? Oh, ignorance is a disease. And this evening I'm curing you. Sweeping away all that cobweb from your janjaweed infected brain. The star or the seal of Solomon is the only thing on British colonial flag that is indigenous to the area they colonized, and they got it from Aguleri. Nobody else, nothing from anybody, no other tribe, no other ethnicity, no other person. When I say, they say he's being very proud. Why won't I be proud? I am blessed from heaven. Why won't I be proud? And sometimes even arrogant about it. The child of God. That even Britain came and they recognized it. They said, here is the settlement of the children of the Most High. Let us, why didn't they reject it? Because they couldn't. Do you know what was happening then? Elohim, God in heaven, was pointing us back to who we are. That is the only God, no other God apart from him. There is none. Why do you think we are doing well? Because there is no other God apart from Chukwukika. Only one God, indivisible. Out of everything, there were bronze works, some fine works of wood, some in even terracotta. Everything was there. The only thing the white man picked up to put on his flag was something that was found in Igbo land. What does that tell you? Oh my goodness. We must continue. We need